This is an emergency evacuation notice. All New York City civilians within 50 square miles of the Empire State Building are to evacuate immediately. At 6 p.m. the entire region will be placed in quarantine. Repeat, you have until 6
Okay, Mr. Roswell, now that you've settled down, do you care to disclose the details of your little vacation in the New York subway system?
I was searching for it. It's the Fallen Star, a puppet master that's pulled the strings of civilization throughout time. It latches onto our dreams and creativity and fills the minds of the so-called greats with delusions of grandeur, spurring them on to develop and build, so it can absorb our technology and energy, achieving its final form, Devil Dragoon. Once a civilization center has reached its apex and Devil Dragoon decides to move on, well, you probably know what I'm getting at.
And now it's the Big Apple's turn?
Exactly.
Hey y'all, this is Cedric here to give you some useful tips as per usual to how to enhance that professional project or that personal project. What we're going to talk about today, first and foremost, is the desk space. First of all, clean the desk space itself. Obviously, what I've found is the best possible approach is to have only one fun thing on the desk at any given time and keep that fun thing there. So right now I have my succulent. I love my succulent. Next thing that we are going to talk about is the schedule. I'll give you an exclusive look at my schedule right now. It looks like we actually have someone joining us right now. Oh, hello, Opal. Good morning to you, and glad you're joining us again. So what I'm going to talk to you about next is actually a supplement to the schedule. So these are the stickies, or Post-its. See, I have here, seeing Collie at Mom's next month. Now, what does that mean? So Collie's my little dog who stays with my parents. This is a motivational sticky. We got Opal again saying, I'm so glad that that's the case, Opal. Happy to help out. Love that the sticky system is keeping you engaged. For example, ordering pizza this Friday. So I have that to motivate me to get through the rest of the week. And that's what, oh, it looks like we actually have Philly. I've never seen Philly before.
Mate, you're not fat.
Are you sure?
When was the last time you went outside that wasn't written on a schedule? You must know some people who live around you. Right, you can call them up, you can ask them to get out one night. Look, I hate to be a dick, but until you do that, just don't call me back. I can't deal with these conversations anymore.
Okay. I understand. Yeah, but what about in the back, like over there?
Goodbye, Cedric.
So in between when I'm on call for work, and then when I return, this is after my stream. After my stream, I have my lunch, and then I have, after my first call, my walk. Those are the 2 breaks in my day. Well, here is quite appropriately the turning point of my walk. Union Square, which I believe to be kind of the center of New York City. See, it is nice to have a break every day, as long as it's not too long. But, back. Yeah?
You Cedric?
Yeah? Who are you?
It's such an honor to meet you. I watch your stream every day.
Really?
Yeah. You know, you help me improve my personal life and my professional ethic. I mean, you're like an inspiration to me.
Oh, well, that's so kind of you to say.
Yeah. Listen, you're gonna break through, okay? So keep plugging on.
Break through?
Yeah. You're a hard worker, you know? An earner, a winner. Just trust me, your time's coming.
All right, well, I appreciate it, but
You live in this apartment right here?
yeah, but no, it's a temporary thing. I'm visiting someone.
Interesting. I bet it's a nice apartment. But you're gonna get a better one soon, I guess. Have a good day.
Oh, yeah, nice to meet you, man. I don't think I liked whatever was going on there.
And your names are Arthur Coyle and Buck Dunford?
Yep, I prefer art.
Noted. I don't want to take up too much of your time, and it appears from the toxicology report that you were in fact, as you claim, hammered out of your mind. But I'm going to need to hear a rough outline of the events of the night, just so we can establish how you ended up in the tunnels of the New York subway system.
What happened was, we got to a certain point. Can't remember for sure where. Just looked like a tunnel behind and ahead of us. Now standing between where we were headed and the darkness, the rest of the tunnel, were these guys. Mean-looking guys. I grew up in a pretty tough area, so I'd seen people willing to fight, willing to hurt other people when they needed to, especially over money. But these guys, they didn't have an ounce of greed or need in them. They were looking at us like if we walked past and kept down the tunnel, they would kill us, just because they could. That's when we turned and walked back to the station.
Damn, bro, that's fucked up.
Oh yeah, before we wrap up, can't forget this, because we have officially reached our goal of 10 subscribers. Our next goal is gonna be 20 subscribers. Oh yeah. Even incorporating everything that I've already said, sometimes it is necessary to give that push. One thing I like to do is I actually schedule my streams to go live automatically at 9 a.m. because when I first started and no one was tuning in, you know, it's tough. And I know it's tough for you, whatever your personal project is. I mean, believe me, I've had plenty of people saying, you know, just about whatever I'm up to, why you doing that, and saying that's not going anywhere. So, oh, thank you, Opal. It's very kind of you. Thanks for tuning in all the time. But congratulations to you all, and I guess myself, and see you next time. Where's the camera? There we go.
Hello?
Hey, Steve. It's Cedric.
Cedric?
Well, remember we used to work at that winery on 53rd Street together?
Oh, right. Cedric, what is up, my man? It's been ages.
Yeah, I'm doing well. I was just wondering, actually, if you had any plans for tonight?
Man, you got me at a bad time, Cedric. What about next week?
That's no problem with me.
Actually, you know what? That sounds good to me. I was thinking of hitting some bars tonight, getting my game on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Wait, you're not going to be wearing that, are you? That turtleneck or whatever?
Well, I guess not.
That's great to hear. All right, see you then, man.
Cedric! How are you?
Hey.
Great. Your outfit is all right. Let's go. All right, so I've got a pretty nice plan lined up for us tonight. So, dude, why are you filming me?
I have to film sometimes because I have trouble remembering things.
All right, well, that is kind of the whole point of tonight. So if you don't mind putting that shit away, don't mess with me, man.
Steve?
What's your name?
It's Cedric. Well, what's your name?
Cedricia.
And who is this?
It's Cedric.
Hi, Cedric. Nice to meet you.
I drank too much.
Oh, no, you didn't drink it up.
Okay. Steve, why are they leaving?
I don't know, Cedric. Maybe it's because you suck.
It's NYCCTTV.
Why did we move to New York City?
It's the grind. It's really grind time, you know?
Because it's the fashion capital of the world. Like, duh.
I'm looking for love.
I feel like if you come here when you're young and really put your hours towards something, you can definitely make something come out of it. Maybe.
We have access to the best libraries and museums in the world.
No matter what industry you're in, if you're in banking, finance, no matter what, there's a lot of interesting people down here, but New York City is the place to be if you're trying to network.
You either eat or be eaten.
It's just the greatest city that ever was and ever will be.
It's a good lead.
This is an emergency evacuation notice. All New York City civilians within 50 square miles of the Empire State Building are to evacuate immediately. At 6 p.m., the entire region will be placed in quarantine.
Been running that stream for 9 months and have not missed a single day. Well, I'm out here on my walk. Although I suppose you could say that I did not earn my walk today. It's just a little tough, you know, when you have something that you rely on every day and you told yourself you're going to accomplish. If it gets disrupted, then it just makes it that much harder to get out of bed. Who would have ever thought you could catch Union Square completely vacant, especially around 9 o'clock at night? I don't have a ghost of an idea what's going on, but it seems like I have the whole city to myself. Oh, this is interesting. Now here's the couple of guys who sat up on the high rise and built the Empire State Building.
It's moving.
Now what is that?
The subway tunnel. Central Park.
Yes, actually. So, take a look here. Here's an old map of the system, which has been dated to the early 1950s. Several parts of these orange and red train paths were eventually incorporated into the NQRW.
What am I supposed to be seeing here?
Nothing yet. It's this one.
Whoa, talk about a commute.
If my father's writings are to be believed, this is an original draft of the map.
So this path wasn't built in any capacity?
I don't believe so, no, but I thought it was worth sharing.
Absolutely. So what about this island and these structures on it?
Can't help you there. No clue.
Y'all, I did not know they put a light in the Wonderland display. That looks awful. Usually I'm not here in the day because there are a bunch of kids hanging around here, so I don't want to be here because I don't want to look like a creeper. Got Alice and the rabbit and the hatter. My God, just an embarrassing accent. Wait, hold on a minute. That is not a light, that is a flashlight. That spares us some battery if we want to take a look at things. It looks like we're coming around the boathouse now. Now, I've lived in New York City for such a while, but I've never eaten at this place. Looks like a whole bunch of seafood, that must be why. I do not mess around with seafood, it makes me ill right to the stomach. The Bow Bridge. Well, I reckon that's the one that's in all those romantic comedies. What in the world are you doing out here? Devil Dragoon.
I arranged a meeting between the two of you, okay? And you'd be a fool to pass up that opportunity. You're a hard worker. You're an earner. You're a winner. And you just have to take that last step. Because there's no one left. There's nothing. Nobody left in your life. Nobody out there. Any answers you seek are where you're going next.
If I was even interested in whatever it is you're offering, what would I need to do?
You want to make it to your destination, don't you?
Yeah.
the closing doors, please.
I had just been on as Lara in the Glass Menagerie. That's when I heard the monologue coming at me from somewhere down the tunnel. It was like second nature. A trance took over me and I hopped into the tracks. I needed to find whoever was performing it.
Why?
Because it was wrong. The diction, the resonance, terrible. But then, when I reached them, I was aghast. It was the spitting image of myself at 17 years old, practicing the speech to audition for my conservatory program. As I looked into her eyes, I could see it. I can't really describe it, even with the encyclopedic extent of my vocabulary. All I know is, the next night, I gave the best performance of my entire career.
It's NYCCTTV.
Why did I move out of New York City? What really convinced me to leave was this dream I had. I was way up, maybe standing on top of the Empire State Building, and I was watching all these people get into taxi cabs down in the city streets. They all had this, destination. They knew that when they got where that taxi cab was going, it was gonna happen for them. They were gonna break through. Funny thing was, every time they got out of the taxi, they got right back into another one. And it just kept going on and on like that. There was a second part of the dream too. I don't remember how I got there, but at some point I was in the subway tunnels, and where there should have been an exit staring back at me, lighting my way, there was just this eye. A big red eye, just like... I realized that's what was making everybody get into those taxis.
Yeah, I don't know. The guy lived like a pig. It's disgusting. It took an hour to clean this floor. Okay. All right, thank you.
Hello?